up here? Howdy, Nana. Hello, words. I'm here early today. Yes, you are. And for some reason, I've decided that my go live time tends to be at 6:57. I don't know why. I don't know why. I swallowed a fly. I guess I'll have to die. Hello to all the VOD watchers out there. I hope that you are having a lovely day as well. I forgot to pull up chat. So I'm gonna do that right now. Yes, so here we are. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I am Kylie Wild, and this is the Dragon Cave. And thank you for joining us. We're gonna play weird games on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we play weird games. And wear pink, but I wear pink every day, so it doesn't matter. Today, we are playing the probably most requested game. No, the second most requested game of me, which is the Stanley Parable. The first requested game of this channel is Warframe, and that will happen. Hello, Nana. How are you today? It doesn't feel like a Wednesday to me for some reason. I got some pretty harsh news yesterday, so I'm processing that, which means if I'm a little sarcastic, I was going to say a little more sarcastic than normal, but I mean, it's me. You probably won't notice a difference. Yes, exactly. Nana says, yeah, I was going to say the first request when it's Warframe. Yes, it is. And Warframe is coming, folks. It is. It is. But this is the second most requested game. And we're going to play it because it's a weird game and it's a weird Wednesday. I am going to let everyone trickle in because it's just now hit the 7 o'clock hour over here in the UK. So I'll let chat arrive, a little trickle in. And Everfang. But yes, I have had a crazy couple of days. And it says, I'm doing pretty good. Sorry to hear you had bad news. It's just part and parcel of a thing that I'm going through. Just when you think that you've made it through the first phase, then you get punched in the face. And you find out, nope, there's a lot more you have to go through. But it's fine. We carry on and move forward. And we have a lot of fun. Because fun makes everything better. And so does playing video games. And also music videos. If you are not a follower of my YouTube channel and you like really badly done karaoke songs, follow me over on YouTube. Nana says it do be like that sometimes. Yes, it do be like that. But Kylie is currently singing sad songs as she does every few years. And it's just a lot of fun. So much fun. Well, I'm wondering if this is just going to be us today, Nana, which is fine. We'll just carry on through and see how that go. I'm sweating to death. I don't even know why, because I don't think it's hot over here. It might be, though. Let me check. I'm going to check. It is currently in this lovely country of Northern Ireland. It is 18 degrees, which I think... I don't remember what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't know. But I know I'm sweating. I hope you ain't sweating out there. Yeah, I think this is just going to be me waffling, so I might go, we just might move forward. Go straight into the game. As I said, it's the Stanley Parable. I've never played it. I have watched so many streamers on both YouTube and Twitch stream this game, and I mentioned it the other day. Game Grumps even had like a custom one that they sent them, and it was amazing. And now it's my turn. I think it's like 10 years later, but it's still my turn now. Let's see. Let me put it over on the gaming screen. Yay! And Nana, if you're still about, can you tell me if the volume levels are good? Because I don't know. I have no idea. Wow. That playback on my thing just really went haywire. I wonder if that was just local to me. Okay, you do your thing. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Uh, hopefully I can see chat. Yes, I can. So you know you need to do more than one playthrough, right? Well, I was wondering that. So we'll see. Maybe this will be a series. That's fine. It makes up for the terrible weird games we played last Wednesday. Wait, was it last Wednesday? Yeah. Sheesh. Um, audio sounds fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're gonna move right in. I can't see past my camera. Okay. I love the like all the little the infinity monitors. That's cool. That's cool.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Ooh.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
That's what I do.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Yes, mine too.
What buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
I once worked in a cubicle like that.
Considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, we want to all be happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, is that me then? Oh, it is me! Whee! Wow, he moves fast. That might make me a little nauseous. I hate Mondays. Well, that's an interesting song. Yes. Okay, wait, I might have to, hold on. We might have to just slow this down just a little bit. Can I slow the thing down? Nope. I think it's just gonna have to be this. Okay. Right. Okay. Camera sensitivity. Oh, maybe that. Okay. Yes. Resume the game. Okay, that's much better. Woo! I was getting a little nauseous there. Who doesn't hate Mondays is what I bet you're saying.
All of his co-workers were gone.
They're all
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, it says who farted. Why would you have that at work? That's terrible. Number 1, Dad. What is that one? That one also says I hate Mondays. Whee! Oh, there's just a bunch of mugs here. Oh, that's crazy. Danker says, hello, not going to be able to chat, but I'm here. Okay, thank you for being here, Danker. That is A-okay if you can't chat. That is A-okay. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. Do, 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 do. Whee! I don't know where the meeting room is, so I'm just kinda wandering around and looking at all the mugs. Making myself a little bit nauseous. What does that mug say? Can I jump? I can't. Foo. Oh, I can't see it. be my... Fuck Valentine's. I'm sorry, but fuck Valentine's.
Stanley went around touching
Yes,
every
I
little
did.
thing
I'm
in the
touching
office,
everything.
but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yes. Nana says, that does sound like office worker humor. I have worked in an office like this. It is absolutely soul-crushing. In an art department, by the way. A corporate art department. Oh, he spilled his coffee. Interesting. I'm obsessed with the mugs for some reason. Ooh, what's in there? Another mug, and that one's blue. Hello, ladder. Do, 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 do. Ah,
When
is this the
Stanley
meeting
came
room?
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, if you know me, you know that I cannot be controlled or told what
This
to
was
do.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nana says, yeah, the narrator is real sarcastic at times. Think Wheatley in Portal 2. Yes. Very much reminds me of Wheatley, which is, Stephen Merchant, I believe. I think. I love Stephen Merchant. I actually wasn't paying attention to what the narrator said just now. All I want to know is I don't want to do anything he says, because fuck authority. Fuck people trying to control me.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
Yes.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is quite
Stanley
nice.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nana says, in this case, this is a good thing. I think it's crazy that there's mugs everywhere.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
I think I'm falling in love with the
so
narrator.
Utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Mostly the
Really
mugs.
worth it.
Coffee nut. And that says fuel, not F-U.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I love
It's
this
possible
narrator.
that this is why everyone left.
I love the narrator. Whee! Woo!
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
I did.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Oh, cool. I just got an achievement saying you can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled jump. It's amazing. Oh, that's so good. So good.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing
No,
room.
I'm going
and
back
took
in
the
it.
first open door on his left to get back to business.
No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No! Ah, no! Why did you close that? Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So he just says you took the wrong way. Woo! I'm touching all the things, touching all the things, touching all the things. All the things I am touching. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. I think that is a very good sign that I think should be hung in everyone's home so they have to stare at it. Why do you keep closing the doors? Maybe I want to go backwards. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know my life. This weirdly, even though it doesn't, it's clearly not Portal, it suddenly has a Portal vibe. That's weird, huh? Nana says, I like that you even tried. Oh, what am I doing? Jumping on. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion will cause death. Okay. Is it in motion?
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the road, but in his eagerness to to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yes!
Good job, Stanley.
Yes!
Everyone thinks you are very
Yes, they do! That was amazing!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
That
mean?
was amazing!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, that was so good. Oh, hello, Mike. Hello. How are you doing this wonderful Wednesday? Wonderfully weird Wednesday, where we are playing the Stanley Parable, and I love this game so much already.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Whee!
Wow. Yes, this room.
It's my favorite
What a
room.
beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
It is.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
And it says, well, that was the first playthrough. Oh, I loved that. That was absolutely
But eager
perfect.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. Whoop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I love this so much. That made me so happy.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't believe
I
that.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
Trust
has been
no one.
about nothing but you all this time.
Something's
There's
finally
someone
about
you've been
me.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
No.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? There is no her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is she a glass of milk? Because I could use some milk right now. Office chair. I'll go up here. Can I open this door? Whee! Whoa.
That's her,
Whoa.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to
What
her.
are we doing? I
If
don't
you
want to
can
talk to
truly
anybody. I
place
hate
your
phones.
faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No. I'm gonna stand in the corner like Blair Witch. You can't tell me what to do. Also, I hate phones. Phones are scary. There's people on the other end of them. Do y'all remember when phones used to sound like that? Why is the phone plugged in? That's a weird thing for a phone to be plugged in. Doo doo doo. It's not going to say anything. I'm a bit sad. I'm a bit disappointed. I did not want to answer that. Just like in real life.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
I hate him.
Come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I definitely
They want
don't.
to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to
Thanks,
get you to
game.
see something.
Thanks
Come
so
inside.
much.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't want to.
Sorry, this will be my story now.
Oh, fuck you. Urgh. I'm gonna throw this lamp. Fine. What?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I jumped off the thing and killed myself already. No. It's gonna make me do it, isn't it? Fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Thanks, game.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Ah,
Exactly
fuck you,
what he's
game!
told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
I for real did live
One
that
might
life.
even feel sorry
Corporate
for him,
life. I
except
hated
that
it.
he's chosen this life.
I made a lot of money, but
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic
yes.
adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Yes.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to
Oh,
him.
fuck you, game.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Yes. Okay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world,
Oh, wow.
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one
Oh,
path
this
lay
is
an
cool.
enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
This makes me want to go
Surely
outside
there's
and run
an
around.
answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, I don't want to.
But there is no answer.
Okay, good.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Sleepy
and I'm trying
times.
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Third person view. Nana says, I think you got the true ending already. That's because
I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
I'm a little rebel.
I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe this
And I
time.
tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, yes. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Oh, goodness. I've awoken back in my office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I never did figure out where the meeting room was. I want to go in there. 420! Awaiting input. Can I stand on it? Ooh, nope. Spilled coffee. What does that say? I don't know. I can't see it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't want to enter the door on the left, but I will enter the door on the right and then go left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We do love the employee lounge. Look at it. It's beautiful.
The lounge was sublime.
It's so
a work of
beautiful.
art. What was it about this room that called so deeply
It's
and
the
so
blue.
personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm. No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
It's the blue.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Ah, so worth it.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
I
his
am
left.
actually going to do this. I am actually going to take this door. Boop.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yes.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Ah! They're making me go left. I don't want to go left.
Oh, no. No,
Ah!
it's to the right. My mistake.
Are you going to just...
No,
Yep.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left,
Let me
right.
in.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Now, do I believe him? Ooh. Can I get in there and drive away? Fine. Ah!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
Disagree.
From the top.
Disagree. Run,
All of his
Stanley.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Whee!
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oops. Doodle-doodle-doo.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
I love
Come,
adventures.
Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yes. Whee! I love adventures. I love adventures. I'm going adventuring in my adventures.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
uh,
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Then it says, "Was that last ending a Truman Show reference?" I kind of think so. It's kind of like behind the, behind the curtain and stuff. And then it says, "You already broke the game."
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Spilled coffee. 420.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh dear.
Now
Wow.
well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Good job, me.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I do.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Doesn't matter, still
Some
won.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Don't matter, still won.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I
I'm
don't
a bit
care
weirded
what
out,
might
too.
happen this time. I have to restart. All
Oh!
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
But I don't want to follow the line.
No, no, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, it's so much fun! I went in backwards. There, I can still be rebellious. Backwards!
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought.
That's a different game.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination?
Yes.
Even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
This
are we
game.
implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, Now, if my experience of your existence
Oh.
rests inside of your subjective experience
Yes,
of
this is
this office,
existential.
is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
There's a
Hang
French
on.
philosopher
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
who
Not sure
says,
where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music
I
to
have to
lighten
talk
the
about this.
mood.
So, there's a French philosopher, I cannot remember his name, I believe it starts with an L. And his thing that he put forward was, if you have a room and there's a table in the room, does the table exist solely because you can perceive it? If you could not perceive the table, would it exist? That's what they were going for. We like to get deep here on the Dragon Cave. And also not follow the rules. Oh, it took me in a circle! Just for that game. Just for that. I will follow your line. I can't walk up on the wall. I like the adventuring music though. Adventure time! All those mugs. Ha! It just is need mug, I think. Oh my. Nana says, my answer is yes, but I am a man of science. Yes, that is correct. Logical thinkers tend to say that the table exists whether you perceive it or not. More abstract thinkers, like myself, say that if you cannot perceive it, it doesn't exist. It's the same thing as if a tree falls in a forest and no one's around to see it, did it really fall? I mean, yes, it fell, but is the falling a perception of it falling, or is falling an actual act? They're fun mental games, but I think you can get too lost in philosophy sometimes. And it doesn't advance anything if you get too lost into it. What? I gotta look down here. Obi-2, Obi-1. Obi-Wan. Zero B1, but still Obi-Wan. Better behave. Red light. Green light. Okay, come on. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, financial records. Is that a barbecue pit or is that a photocopier? I want to jump from the building.
Wait, cut the music.
Thank you.
Go back and look at that fern.
Why?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's a fern. It's got 3 really tall ones. Okay. I did it. I did what you said, narrator man. Disembodied voice.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Let's go there. Yeah, we didn't get to come in here last time. Ooh. Ah, look at us, we're back.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
Oh, crap. I just dropped chat on the floor.
Oh, I can't take this anymore.
Chat, come back.
Restart.
Ugh. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Whee!
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent
Adventure
people, right?
line.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Which direction? Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to listen to you. Because it's the only place I can go.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
The office. With a unicorn. Stanley doesn't have imagination.
Oh, no, not you
Imagination.
again.
Oh, gosh.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. You should be fine.
That's very Douglas Adams. Just don't acknowledge it. Douglas Adams is my favorite author of all time. Highly encourage you to read his books.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yay!
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
No.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
But I don't want to go. Let's see. And it says, yes, I think they took a lot of inspiration from things like Truman Show and Douglas Adams novels, things like that. Yep, I'm really getting that kind of impression. Ha!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
I love
So
this.
now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
This is so
Why
good.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That spooked me a little. Just a little. Ominous. Is there anything in here?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Spilled coffee. Yeah, Nana said that also spooked me a little.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Well,
entered the door
I'm
on
not
his
gonna
left.
do that though.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do love the employee lounge.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away,
Aw.
and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of,
Aw.
tingle. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
And
left.
I am gonna do that. Although it looks a little bit different in there. So, okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Dang it. Yeah, this is what did we do? I don't know. Tips for not getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Talk less.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, that's so good. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. That is an actual, that's the default background on PowerPoint. Or at least it used to be. Everyone isn't unique. You, most of all. Everything is awesome. Number of slides on this slide. Nice. Nice. Everything is awesome. Rate at which chart on the same slide to make the same information. Oh, rates of increasing graphs per slide. See, I used to have to sit through meetings like this. Yes, and that's what my brain would do. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and returns to your boss appreciation specialist. Nana says, yes, I recognize it, that default background. If you're in a conflict with another diligent employee, remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're one of them. What are your dreams for the future? Clear skin. Lunch. Transcend. Talk radio. I used to listen to talk radio a lot. Tips for not getting fired. Okay, so we've started back over. Well, we have to look at this. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings is crossed out. Violet James, you are fired. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Require more secondary research. What is hot? Profits. They spelled it like profits. Oh, goodness. To do. Synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market. Monetize free to play. Help, I'm a post-it. Bi-quarterly post-review. We need more, less reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. In Big Net, some sort of child trap. Teenagers, size of demographic, space in between teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins, trash cans. Renaming of the ideal. Oh, renaming of the ideas. 30, firing of me. Ideas bin. Oh, this is really good. Meeting room. Yes, this is how it used to be. We used to have meetings about meetings. I just, Mike Tendo says it takes two people to start a fight, and you're one of them. That having, yes, exactly. Nana says James should not have got fired. Happy feelings are important. I think happy feelings are the core demographic they should be shooting for. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. And yes, that is how it used to be. I don't miss this. I do not miss corporate. Targets push for funding of R&D of new copy machine. Standardized graphs 40 times wide. Not cost efficient. Ongoing. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who removed my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of. They're all erased. The future is yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda ideas. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Oh, that's so accurate. Oh, I don't miss corporate life. I don't. Oh, are you in here, Chris?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I want to look at it. You never know. Be something cool in here. All right,
There
fine.
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, you do keep talking, which does make me want to stay.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, nice.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Why not?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Sorry, I did not mean to cough in the microphone.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
You keep
If
talking.
I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
But you did. But you did.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Yes. I hope this is an ending.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs.
Worth it. Absolutely fucking worth it.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical melody of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
That was amazing.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
Oh.
The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
So worth
Please
it.
remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, is he done talking now? For real? Okay, I think he might actually be done now. Oh, it was so worth it, though. That was amazing.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's in here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
And it says, it's
And
not.
then
Kylie's
something
just
occurred
always
to
like this.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he
Yeah,
see
I
his
did wonder
feet
that.
when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
One,
He
two,
wasn't
before.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being
Spilled
considered
coffee.
by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After
Spilled
all,
coffee.
he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
That's what I say to myself every morning. Nope.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear
Aw.
my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
This is messing with my head.
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of
Nana
my
says,
mind.
is this a reference to something? I don't know.
what
It's
is
hard
real
to know.
and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Interesting. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That was where
What could
I
it mean?
went down instead of
Stanley
up
decided
to
go
the
the
boss's
meeting room.
thing. So
Perhaps
we'll
he
go
had
up
simply
this
missed the
time.
memo.
Still gonna go the right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not
Yeah,
the correct
and I
way
said,
to the
okay, that's
meeting
another
room,
ending.
and
Yep.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
He
employee
does
lounge
love the
first,
lounge.
just to admire it.
It's that blue. It's so calming.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Which
left.
we do take this.
And
We
so
skip
he
that.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Did this instead. Oh, that's right, because there was nothing. Right. We went through that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
TPS reports. That's from that movie.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa! Ooh! Bathroom. I get the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. That sounds like lyrics to some kind of song. Extreme bathrooms. Ha! Time. Let's see. Nana says the dialogue in that room keeps changing to. Yeah, it does. I know. In the lounge. Oh, there's a mirror. There's soap. He's not said anything about the bathroom. I kind of thought he would. Go to the toilet. Can I use the toilet? No. Boo. What's in here? Nothing. Oh. Well, that's an interesting sound. Right. We've made
Stepping
it.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Well, maybe he has it written somewhere.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Ooh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and
Ah.
went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's
Because
office?
the arrow
Well,
was
that's a great
shiny.
question. I just can't wait to find out.
Oh no, that was one of the endings. Was it? I'm not sure. Oh no, it won't let me push down. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Ah.
It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay. Can we go back down now? Yes, we can. Okay.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ah.
how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Oh goodness.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
It's pretty spooky.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, that says escape. Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Do we really think that's going to happen?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes.
And willingly confront his death.
Yes. We should all confront death. And laugh in its face. Wah ha ha ha! Ah! Never ending corridor. Never ending corridor. Ah!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
Ooh.
closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
It's true.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Is he gonna actually?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay. Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ooh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in
Ugh.
advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh my gosh. Why did it have to get so deep right now? To museum to Stanley. This is so crazy. Filing cabinets, yes. Let's see. Just a generic. Okay, The Office. Huh. That's so insane. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game with buttons are where buttons are pressed. And, and it says a woman is speaking now. Again, we get it. I know, right? Oh my goodness. I don't even remember hearing those sounds at all. Solitaire, office computers, employee database, installing Chart Pro. That's like an old thing. Oh my gosh, that's like super old. That's like Windows 93 or Windows 3.0 or whatever it was called. That's crazy. I'm really old. We'll go here. Oh, this is insane! Boss's office. Screens for the door of another boss's office. This is so crazy! What a way to do, end credits. The lounge, which is our favorite part. Underground. The early version, the underground portion. Did I just hear something? I think I just heard something. Narration outtakes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Kevin Briding, the voice of the narrator,
He traveled upward to the power source. Now look closer, Stanley.
recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of development.
Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding.
Oh, that is wild. This is a really creative way of doing end game credits. Freedom ending. This is our first incarnation of freedom ending in the game's alpha, which we have not got yet. Countdown desk. We haven't got that either. More freedom ending. Monitor room. Elevator. That's the exit. Okay, so we'll go do that here in a second. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. Is that the wooden area? I think. How funny. Zending. No, we haven't made it there yet. Oh, that's so cool. Watch me get lost. That is so funny. I probably will get lost because I have no sense of direction. That was weird. Huh. I don't know if this, for this version or original version, because there's new endings in this version. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Like Batman and Joker.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I had to know. I had to know. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He
So-
never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and
Yeah, I
guidance
guess it's
from
time to go to
others,
the
so
actual-
thought of total solitude was
The actual
terrifying
left.
to
We're
him.
actually going to go to the
When
left.
Stanley came to a set of two open
Can't
doors,
believe it.
He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh, no. No, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Oh, let's see if he really does shut up. Let's see. Okay. I got it out of my system. Wait.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Here we are. That was the bathroom, but they didn't really do anything with the bathroom. There we go here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That
That's
kind of
amazing.
anxiety isn't healthy.
That's
so
amazing.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Ah! Oh, by the way, for the comment about the different versions, for that meant the narrator outtakes. Right. Exactly. Yeah, I figured that's what that was about. Oh my goodness.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Whee!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Yes.
Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
That's where we
Stanley thought
normally
to
come out.
himself.
There.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Ooh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh no, not this again, says Nana. Is it loading? Oh. Right.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I mean, I'd like to, but how? I guess go in here.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to
Oh
put an
man,
end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I actually do want to push off. I'm not going to rebel. I want to see what happens. I would push off in that time.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
We'll
He
see.
had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but
Yes.
happiness.
Happiness.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
I think this is
No
the freedom
longer would
ending. I
anyone
think.
tell him where to go, what to do, or
Oh,
how
I
to
hope
feel.
so because
Whatever
this would
life
be
he
great to
lives,
end on.
it will be his.
I love this.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Please don't be a trick. Some of us need a happy
Stanley
ending.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh my gosh. Am I going to cry in a game? Oh my gosh. We did it. We did it. We got the freedom ending. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, 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 gracious, goodness. Oh, well, that that was amazing way to end it. The little soliloquy at there at the end was. I know. Nana says, "Oh, I thought it was going to be Portal 2 for a second. It literally looked like it was setting up to be that." Um, but wow, wowie, wowie, wowie. That was intense. I really enjoyed that. I would probably, play it to like get all the endings. But I'm just glad it ended happy. I I'm having a rough time. I think that probably is pretty evident. And it was nice. It was nice to to get some happiness there. But I hope that this episode has brought some happiness to some people out there in Never Never Land. Here in the Dragon Cave. Um, you never know when I might go live. I might go live tomorrow. Um, I will be putting up some really dumb karaoke videos just cuz for some reason my YouTube channel has just people are checking it out for some reason. I don't know, but that's cool. Um so I'll keep making content as long as people keep watching it. And then of course Friday will be my next time I officially go live. And it will be another scary game. Let's see. Nana says, "Oh, so we are just going with that? No more." I can't see what that says. Secto? um, but I forgot what I was saying. Scary Game Friday. Um, yes, and I want to thank everyone who stopped by and everyone who chatted. It was really nice. Um, I don't get to talk to a lot of people, such is the nature of my work. So that's why I like to stream because I'm lonely. I need human interaction. uh, but anyway, thank you so much, Nana, and I want to thank Nana, our wonderful mod. Woo! Just always good to see him in chat, and everything. But I say this every time. Schedule. I can't spell. Okay, no more schedule. No. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. UK time is every time. But sometimes on the other days when I get lonely is when I do my little sneaky streams. Because I don't want to bother anybody, so I just kind of just do a little stealth stream. And then hope people stop by if they want. But yes, I think that's going to do it for us. And I say this every time, and I mean it every time. From the absolute bottom of my heart. You could spend your time with anyone in the world. And the fact that you choose to spend your time with me means the absolute world to me. Like, it really does. It really does. And so I will see y'all definitely on Friday. Might see you tomorrow. Bye.